What up, baby bobs? Purple Havarti here, man. YouTube's first influencer tier listing. You know, it's a thing that I always wanted to do. Probably the first band I listened to their full discography, and that's The Strokes, man. We're here. We're gonna do it. It's about time, man. Strokes are a great band. A lot of people love The Strokes, man, and I'm one of them. And yeah, man, what a way to start off. Let's start off with this It. Automatic, man. S tier. This album is so sick, man. I love this album. Bop after bop, you know. When I think about this album, I think hard to explain. I think Modern Age. I think Someday, Last Night. Just all the hits. They start off with a bang. The Strokes are amazing, man. I chose the Globe album too because the other album doesn't have New York City Cops, which I think elevates this album to absolutely insane mode. It was already freaking good, so yeah, man. Is this it? S tier easy, man. As well as Room is on Fire, man. What can we say? This is an S tier for me. I love this album. I actually like it more than Is This It? I'm one of those rare fans that loves Room on Fire. I think they capitalized on what they had going on. It's a solid second album, man. Their sound kind of changed. Nick Valenci became even better as a guitar player, I personally think, and I think Julian gets more aggressive on this album. His vocal delivery is really great, man. I'm gonna warn you guys, I don't think anything's going below C tier on this list. I really like this band, but Room on Fire, great album. My favorite Stroke song is on that album. It's The End Has No End. I just really like that song. I love the riff. And great album, man. Sophomore slump, some would say, but I think they elevated their game and kept it going. These New Yorkers. First Impressions of Earth. I used to hate this album, but I'll put it right there, right on the B tier for now. It might move up to A tier. I think some of the deep cuts on this album are great. I love Razor Blade. The only song I really don't like is actually the first single. It's Heart in the Cage. I gotta look these songs up. It's been a while since I listened to First Impressions, but I remember I like there's some bops on there, and there's some deep cuts that really are fantastic, and it's a great album. It definitely sounds a lot different. They're more mature on this, and You Only Live Once is on this freaking album, and that song is a top tier Stroke song. But yeah, let's go to Angles. Angles in this album are kind of the same to me as far as what they did for the band. I think I might even put Angles a little bit higher because I'm just remembering. Yeah, I'm gonna put it higher. I think Angles is a little bit better than First Impressions. I love this. I had this album. I listened to the heck out of it, man. Machu Picchu, first song right off the bat, the little reggae style of guitar. Undercover Darkness is a great single. I mean, Julian really sings well on this album. The band does weird stuff with games, but it works. It's like the weird stuff that they do on this album really does work. And yeah, this Angles was such a great album, and I remember constantly listening to it when I had it on the CD deck. Come Down Machine. Ooh, A tier. A lot of people don't like this album, but I enjoyed it so much. I think Julian's vocal range was quite surprising. It surprised a lot of us, man. His falsetto was so high, and we were like, what is he doing? One Way Trigger was quite an adventure, but there's some deep cuts on this album too that Julian just lays some melodies. I know the band wasn't really hanging out at this time. They weren't really together, and yeah, there's a lot of tough love on that album. I love that album cover, by the way. It's so basic, but it's very great. And I remember buying this thing, not liking it at first, and then I gave it a couple other listens, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, this one was also on the deck. Whenever I'd finish Angles, I would go back to this one and play these back to back, kind of like what I did with these, but this was constantly being played in my car, man. I'd always play that one. The New Abnormal. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to put it in B right now because I've only listened to this album maybe twice, but yeah, man, great album. I think Why Are Sundays So Depressing is one of the best Stroke songs I've ever heard. I think it has all the elements, and it definitely sounds like Lou Reed at parts. And yeah, man, the band really got together. They hung out with Rick Rubin. They did their thing, man. They did a great job. I love this album, man. And yeah, man, shout out to the Strokes. This is my tier list. Like I said, I don't think anything's under here. You know, for a lot of people, this album might be down there, but yeah, I think Julian really saved this album by being really falsetto. And I'm pulling final ranks. I kind of freestyled this, but yeah, favorite album, this one and this one. Back to back, they hit you with the left and right. Great band out of New York. I know they won a first Grammy with this one. I gotta listen to this a little bit more. Maybe I'll hit higher tiers, but yeah, man, great band. I mean, nothing's average with this band. This band always comes and hits you hard, man, when they release an album. And yeah, man, let me know what you guys think. Should this be lower? Should this be higher? You know. But yeah, man, shout out to Strokes.